Okay, it says we're live, so anybody and everybody who decides to watch, thank you for watching. This is the GM's Dice. It's been a while since we've had any games come up, but hopefully we will continue to have one or more, at least once a month, for the foreseeable future. Tonight is session 1 of our Smugglers Gambit campaign. We are unfortunately down one player who will be joining us with our next session. But I've got 3 of my favorite role players with me tonight, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves and the characters that they'll be playing. And we're going to go from left to right, starting with, on my screen, starting with Kevin.
Okay, my character is Gerody Eldridge. He is a Mandalorian sentinel, force sensitive. He's about 32 years old, so he actually remembers the Clone Wars very well. And I'll just kind of leave it there for now.
All right, next up is Ken.
Hi, I am playing Raken, ex-clone trooper. Probably a little bit of a dynamic playing with Kevin's character. The Clone Wars are not too far behind us. Raken is kind of, I guess, young for the age he looks. Gray stubble, some gray hair, but very much acts like a teenager. Very rash, very emotional, and trying to have some fun for the short amount of life that he has remaining. And that means he's willing to try everything once.
Well, hey guys, I'm Bill, and I'm a Jawa of Constant Sorrow. I'm a technician, mechanic, and I'm just going to do Jawa-y things. In fact, let me really set this off the right way. We're good.
All right, perfect. I can honestly say this is the first time I've had anybody play a Jawa in any of my sessions. But at least it's not a hut. So our group here are a group of smugglers slash pirates in the Outer Rim. They're the crew on board the ship Jaro's Dagger. Now their pilot and captain is currently elsewhere. He's taken off to go deal with some personal issues. And the time frame of this game I should have started with is about 10 years after the rise of the Empire, about 10 years after Order 66. But our beloved captain has just hopped onto a speeder and taken off to go deal with some personal issues, and has left the 3 of you in your capable hands to take care of any business that may arise in his absence. He's told you he'll only be gone for 2, maybe 3 days, and then he'll be back. The 3 of you are standing just outside your ship in a spaceport, mid-levels of Nar Shaddaa. It's mid-afternoon. The smog and everything that fills the skies makes it sort of a dusky sort of a setting. So it's a perpetual evening lit, even midday. But having your captain just left, and you guys are in fairly decent mood, and you've got, as far as you know, 3 days of free time, at least as of now. So what is it that is going through your minds, and what kind of conversation are you guys getting into standing at the foot of your ship?
Let's go gambling, make some money.
My thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. Or window shopping. Window shopping's always nice.
I'm not really in the market for any windows, but I am in the market for some whatever hollow poker.
I like
You're
this
good at
type of drink right now. It's like, hell, we got 3 days off.
I'll lose some money.
I got a few quick.
Okay, so let's see if we can't find some trouble to get into.
I think trouble finds us.
Oh, trouble and lucrative options always find this crew. And you are on Nar Shaddaa, the smuggler's moon. I mean, there's always work to be done. And the three of you decide to set off for a local cafe or gambling spot. And the three of you, having been here before, know that there's a place here in the mid levels of Nar Shaddaa that is called the Meltdown Cafe, that has great sabbac tables, and I know the name for it, but for some reason I'm drawing a blank, but it's the Star Wars equivalent of slot machines. But you know of this place, you know it's got a good reputation for being a fair establishment and not being, it's not upscale, but it's not a seedy environment. So the three of you decide to head off for this establishment. Are you going to walk? Are you going to try and grab a speeder cab? What?
Speeder cab's a good idea.
All right. So the three of you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That'll work. I'll take this. I'll ride in the speeder cab.
We just get off one ship and going to get in another one? This seems kind of pointless, but if you guys want to get there quicker, albeit, let's go.
Listen, man, if I had legs like yours, I'd probably want to walk too. But I got like these little tiny legs.
We can carry you if you really think you really want to stay outside.
Besides, I want to see what kind of equipment this machine has. So when the speeder cab comes up, I'm actually going to start like messing with things.
Hey, you don't have to
take things apart,
carry him around, or get a duel for him this time. I mean.
All right. Well, as the three of you are having your conversation and giving your Jawa partner here, Gore, a hard time, he's the whole time sort of waving for a cab, and this convertible speeder cab comes zinging up, and behind the driver's seat is, oddly enough, a Toydarian, little snout-nosed, little flying creature, and he's almost hovering in the driver's seat. And he looks over to you and he says, so you want a cab? Where you want to go?
Gambling, booze, women.
All kinds of that here. This is Nar Shaddaa.
Nice. Then to your mother's house. Let's go.
Don't think that's how you catch a cab.
You want to go to her house, I'll take you, but you're going to lose everything. Trust me. So, where you want to go for real?
Is this our first time here?
No, you guys are frequent flyers in Nar Shaddaa.
Then,
We're gonna head down to the meltdown.
Definitely like wherever is hot.
Meltdown.
The meltdown. Good choice. Good choice. They got loose slots there. So he sort of waves for you to hop in. It doesn't open a door or anything like that, and it's convertible. And no sooner than the last one of you
over top of the thing and start climbing in. Then if he's not opening the door, I'm gonna like rappel over top.
All right. Well, no sooner than you crest the top of the vehicle and start to jump down into the seat, he speeds off and like slams you into the back of the seat. And you guys go zipping through traffic and down a few levels, and maybe 10 minutes later, you pull up in front of this cafe, as it's named. It's got a big neon type sign out front of it. It says the Meltdown, and it shows like a droid with sparks all over the place. And as you walk in, it's your typical casino type cantina, but it's not your usual run of the mill scum bucket type of place. I mean, it looks nice. You can tell from when you look in from its clientele that, I mean, it's got its roughness to it, but it tries to keep up its appearance. And you walk in, and where do you head first? Slot machine.
Slots good. Also, I'd like to grab the equivalent of a hubcap from the car. I mean, like, there's no way that anybody would notice. I'm skullduggery expert.
All right, I'll grant that one to you. Like, as you're hopping out, you grab just this
I've got
trinket from it that's really just pointless, but
no, it's not pointless. I'm gonna paint it.
Jeez.
Is this
We didn't
obvious?
have to bring it.
Or do I need
We
to do
didn't
a
have to bring him.
check?
We didn't have to bring him a stool. He's making his own. He's good at that.
All right, so yeah, you grab the equivalent of the hubcap from this thing, and you head inside, and you see slot machines, you see sabic tables, you see dice tables, all sorts of things. Over off into the back corner of the place, there's a stage. There's nobody on it at the moment, but there is a stage. And you said you were headed for a slot machine first?
I'm
At least Gore was headed for a slot machine first.
I'm headed towards the bar. I'm grabbing.
I
a
am
drink.
going to follow Gore and act like I'm his bodyguard.
Nice.
Okay.
The destiny point is the blue one, right? The little force die.
It's the force die.
Yes.
No. That's the boost die.
No, the white dice.
The white one. Okay.
I'm colorblind, so that doesn't work either, but I presume it's the white one.
Okay,
Alright.
dark side.
It's been so long since I've done this.
2 dark sides. All right. I forgot to have us roll that ahead of time. Sorry, guys.
I rolled mine earlier.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yep. But yeah, you head in, and yeah, let's see here. What kind of a roll could I have you do to see? Just give me a percentile roll, and I'll tell you what you win or don't win.
Boom, 90.
Nice, 90. Yeah, you're sitting there for a few minutes plugging a few credits in, and I mean, 10 minutes goes by. You've probably plugged in a good 20, 30 credits worth into this thing, and all of a sudden it just starts pinging and chiming and making all sorts of noise, and you get 90 credits out of it.
Nice.
And
Nice.
while you're off playing and doing your thing with that, Girodi has headed up to the bar. And you, sir, walk up to the bar and you see a Devronian standing behind the bar. And he's doing your typical bartender thing. I mean, it's not real busy at the bar at the moment. So he's standing there. He's just wiping out a glass and kind of watching everybody. As you approach, he says, so what can I get for you, sir?
Oh. Do you have the Takaruta style ales?
He says, we've got everything here.
I'll take one of those then.
All right, the Takaruta ale. And he turns around and he goes and he sort of starts sliding bottles around. And after a few moments, he comes back with a full glass. And he says, "Here, this is what you wanted, correct?"
Yes.
Good. I hope you enjoy. That's 2 credits, sir.
Okay, I hand him 3.
So, thank you. And he says, for your next drink, if you decide to try something else, he says, I make my specialty, the Tatooine Sunburn.
Oh, shit.
Tatooine Sunburn. I might have to try that in a moment.
It's for you, being human. It'll, what's the saying? It'll put hair on your chest.
Okay.
he turns around and he goes back to doing his thing, and you sit there for a while, and after about 15, 20 minutes or so come by, you can hear off in the background these slot machine just going nuts. And then you hear Gore's little squeaky, excited laugh, and
and you hear a voice in the background also say, "Please stand away from Mr. Corto. This is his slot machine. Let him be. Let him be."
But hour or so goes by of playing slots and having a few drinks, and Gore and Rakin decide that it's time to have a drink rather than just play. And they come walking up to the bar, and as soon as you guys approach the bar and sit down there with Girodi, the Devronian comes back and he says, he says, can I get you to anything?
Oh, get the little one what you're going to give to me.
Oh, Tatooine Sunburn. I'm sure he'll enjoy that.
From Tatooine.
So I know that's why I'm saying I'm sure you would enjoy this.
Yes, I'll take one of these Tatooine Sunburns, and also get one for my bodyguard back here, but something only half alcoholic, because he's bodyguarding me, and he's got to guard my body. Even though there's not that much to guard, he's still guarding that body. So go ahead and do that, and get this guy over here a double of whatever he was trying to offer me. And hey, tell that honey to come over here, and we'll try and work something out afterwards. But since I'm a Jawa, it all comes out as
perfect.
Makes the job all that much harder, sir. All that much harder when there's less to guard.
And he's just, as you're just ticking and clicking and squeaking at him, he's just nodding away, and he's okay. Yeah, I think I got that. Hold on. And he comes back with 3 drinks, and He says, he steps up to you. He says, okay, looking at Gory, he says, all right, you wanted the double, you wanted the half, and you wanted this, correct? Or no. It was you wanted this, you wanted the, you figure it out.
I take the sunburn.
It's 15 credits.
And he takes the double. The bodyguard takes the half. Okay, so what's this Tatooine sunburn do to me?
Oh, it's this thick, syrupy. It's rich. Like when you first take a drink of it, I mean, it's real sweet, real rich. It's real thick and syrupy, but just moments after drinking it, that thick, sweet turns to a harsh burn. And it's just, it takes a few moments. I mean, it takes your breath away, type of thing, and it just sort of, oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool. I've got the desert dweller ability. I'm good.
But yeah, it's not enough to like one of them is not enough to super intoxicate you or anything. But I mean, it's got that really harsh burn after a moment, kind of like biting into a habanero or something. At first, you got that sweet from the pepper, and then just moments later, that's when that intense burn kicks in.
You need the lime and the tomato.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look over to Kevin's character and be like, you definitely should not have one of these. And I'm going to start like licking the glass. Definitely. I don't think you can handle one of these. This is too much, man. Woof. But wow, this was good. I might just have to get another one of these. Let's go see about the Savick table over here. Let's see what I can own.
Oh, I drink my drink too.
All right. Well, just as you're about ready to get up from the table, or from the bar, like you swing your little legs around and go to get up, and as you do, you see approaching behind the three of you another Devronian. This guy's got one horn that's been busted off. He's dressed like your middle management sort of mafia type of guy. Cheap suit, fake jewelry, all this. And it takes you a moment, but you recognize him as he comes walking up. And you recognize him as a gentleman named Zago, someone that you guys have done work for in the past.
Ooh, money.
And as soon as you swing your legs around, and it just takes you a moment from the little slight buzz of the alcohol to get the full recognition of him, he throws his arms out wide and he says, "My friends,
Oh,
it's good to see you here."
Oh, hey, put your arms down. The war's over.
Oh, Zago, how have you been?
Business has been well. I've made many jumps in the ranks since I've last seen you.
Here, have some of my drink.
He looks at it and he says, "Oh, you have good taste, my friend." And he knocks it back and just, "Oh, yes, good drink." Right.
I think you and I have a different definition of good.
Too harsh for your sensible human tongue?
No, I just don't like to have it burn going down.
Well, I've got a opportunity for you that it should not burn going down or coming out or anything. Actually, it should be quite nice.
Should we join you at a table with a little more privacy to discuss this idea?
Yes, that sounds delightful. And he waves at the bartender and he points at a table over in the corner and says, "Please follow me." and heads over to this table that's set off in the corner in a noisier section of the casino where there's slot machines and dice rolling and this and that going on. So there's plenty of noise to mask anything that's being said. He takes a seat, and as you guys are approaching the table, the bartender comes over and sets a bottle of Karelian wine down on the table and 4 glasses. And as you 3 are taking your seats, he says, "So where is your 4th? No, wait, no, do not enter that. Not my business." He says, "But I have the 3 of you. I think this will still work perfectly."
Okay, what you got?
He says, "Well, I have a client who would like to have some of his property back.
Oh,
It would require a simple snatch and grab and delivery. Something that has been right up your alley before."
Does it require a pilot? As you notice, our 4th is not here.
It is all right here on Narshida.
pilot. I just need a
Fix
pilot.
things. Fixing things and flying at the same time.
What? Multitasking.
You're short. You get overlooked easily.
Exactly. It's part of my demure.
But he says, "No, it does not require you leaving the moon whatsoever. It is all right here on Narshida."
Hmm.
How much to pay?
So, well, I can pay you part up front. The rest, I do not have. It comes on delivery.
Understood.
Says,
But how much?
but I have 700 credits that I have to give to you.
That's the first half?
That is all that I have to give to you. Now, what the rest of it is, I'm sure it is at least that or more.
Gotcha. Okay. This doesn't sound too dangerous.
It's simple, Grab. Simple. The worst part about it is you have to go to Dead Town.
Okay.
And you guys have been to Dead Town, or not to Dead Town, but to Narshida before. But I would like for
I can do an underworld check.
yeah, an underworld check would work perfect for this.
I got 2 ranks in it, and I get to remove it. You didn't give me a setback, so I can't remove anything.
Yeah, no, you don't get any setbacks or anything for it. Like I said, you guys have been here before numerous times. It's just is this one of the things you would have encountered or heard of before?
Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and roll it. See if anybody.
I would like to roll at the same time. Just
Okay.
Yeah, go for it. You can all roll for it if you want, or you can, if you don't want, just play it off as you don't know what the place is.
We'll take your roll.
All right.
So the difficulty's 2.
I assume 2.
oh, difficulties too.
Yeah, average difficulty.
Sorry. Let's add this to my roll. Okay. So
All right. Well, you all know what Dead Town is. Kevin, you basically you've heard of Dead Town. You know that it's in the lower districts of Narshida, that it's not someplace a lot of people go. But the other 2 of you know that Dead Town is named Dead Town because it's where the folks who have their religious beliefs and do not want to be cremated like 90% of the population of Narshida is when they pass. Deadtown is a district that is nothing but warehouses that are all cryo tombs. They're all hermetically sealed capsules and stuff like that, that when someone passes that doesn't believe in cremation, that's where their body is put, and it's locked away into a tomb. Family can go visit them, stuff like that.
Who are we stealing?
And Zago looks at you and says, well, I do not have any names of who this person is or was, but you will be needed to go to Deadtown to retrieve the preservation capsule number 314C from Tomb Building 34D on the Hyperion District. Once this is retrieved, you will take it to the slag. The slag you won't have to roll for. That is another cantina / gambling area that you know as being a really rough, really seedy place. It's where a lot of bounty hunters and a lot of underworld types go to get different jobs. You know, the place is really popular with bounty hunters, that there's a lot of different bounty boards that are posted in the slag.
Oh.
It's actually some place that Gerard would probably want to avoid. With
Which one is
his
Gerard?
Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah.
With his special abilities and such.
And sorry, Kenneth, what's your name again?
Rakin.
Thanks. Okay.
But Zago looks at you and he says, "So, what do you think? You like the idea? You like this proposition?"
Using one of my advantages, perhaps. What are the likelihood of bringing a speeder, not a speeder bike, but like a regular speeder into the area? Do people usually do that?
Oh, there are speeders that come and go from the area all the time. People. I mean, sure, there are some who put their family members there and just forget about them, but there are people who go and visit family all the time. There are how you call hearsts that bring the recently deceased to the tombs to be encapsulated. Depending on your choice of speeder, it would not be too out of place.
Cool. Because I was thinking about hijacking a hearse.
Sounds
get
like
us
fun.
out of there real quick.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You know, I one of the things, but Bajago, I'll work with you when you get a chance, okay?
all the words you want, friend. Do you want to step aside and just the two of us, or? Excuse me?
Just for the moment.
Oh, well then, please. He grabs his cup and fills it up, and he says, "Please have as much as you like, please." Grabs his.
I take the drink. I go, I need you to get some parts for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
I kind of hand him the list. I go, you can take my portion. You don't have to pay me my portion of this. 1/3 of the payment, whatever it is, you can keep it if you can help get these parts. And if they run a little more than what my portion is, I got something I can pay you with.
So he takes a look at the list and he says, well, this will definitely cost more than just the 750 credits I am paying you now. I mean, the money I have is just the down payment for you to do this job. And I mean, if I took all of it or even just a third of it and gave your friends less than what I said I would, that would not look good on me.
They get their flat. Okay.
I mean,
you still pay us the 750, pay us 500, and they take each their cuts. You keep my share. But if you can get the parts, then you tell me what the difference is, and I'll get you that.
I could probably have these parts 2-3 days.
Okay. Then we'll discuss it then.
He said, I do not know exactly what price would be right now. I know it is going to be at least 700 credits, but I'm not positive.
That's my guess as well.
Some of these are going to be hard to find, but I can get them.
Okay.
All right. And he steps back over to the table and he says, your friend here, he tells me to keep his share and just give you 500 credits for the two of you to split and leave him out. So I'm not trying to rob you, I'm not trying to cheat you. If you do not believe me, you talk to him. And he sets a couple of credit sticks out and he says, please scan them, make sure your money is there.
Yeah, I do the scan and all that stuff. I kind of give a little sidelong glance to Jared. And yeah, I kind of look back to Rackin a little bit and shake my head just a bit. Okay. And then, yeah, we're good.
He says, okay, now.
So I hand 250 over to Rackin and I pocket the rest.
Now, once you get to the destination and you get this capsule, you have to take it to the slag. When you get to the slag, you are looking for a Quailish man named Volo. It will not be hard to find. Very big. He sometimes has an angry demeanor if you do not approach him respectfully.
So we bring the body to Volo?
To Volo at the slag.
Okay. And where do we get the body? Where's that location?
The body,
C34D Hyperion District.
Where'd you get that from?
Your friend is good.
Where'd you get that information from? Like, have I seen it someplace?
He gave us that information about 2 minutes ago.
Never you mind.
I'm sorry. When I space off during briefings, I retain most of the information given. It's a side product of my upbringing. I really hate it most of the time.
No, I kind of like it.
But yes, your friend is 100% correct.
All right, cool.
The only other bit of information I can give you on this is that the dead town is primarily run and maintained by droids. And he kind of looks down at Gore and he says, you should love it.
I dislike droids.
But it should be very simple, easy snatch and grab.
Okay. Should be. Keyword. Okay,
Roger,
so let's go
Roger.
hotwire.
For the likes of you, no problem. No problem whatsoever.
Oh, I don't like this guy. Okay, so let's go hijack us a hearse. So, yeah, so let's, I guess we'll start heading to Deadtown. And is there a roll I need to make to find a good hearse, like after hours, maybe?
Well, you make me a streetwise check, please.
Done.
Average difficulty.
What's your rank in Streetwise?
1 plus my cunning is 5.
Oh, your rank. Okay, your cunning's 5.
Oh yeah, I am Jawa. So
That's true.
One of those, and difficulty of
2 purple. Average difficulty.
there we go.
Nice. All right. So yeah, you again, having been to Narshada many times, you know right where there's funeral homes and all sorts of stuff in between here and there, and just all over this district. You pretty much have a good idea of where anything is at this moment.
Okay.
So as far as having somewhere to go to hijack and steal a hearse type speeder, not going to be an issue.
Okay. Also going to need to find a different license tag, whatever. Try and switch things up a little bit, throw the people off. Never know how long we're going to be. So, yeah, that's what I'll do.
So as he's doing this, looking or taking off walking, I'm gonna turn to Girodi and say, "Is it Gerard or Girodi or what is it pronounced as?" He's not there.
Yeah, he got up and walked away from him.
Is it Gerard?
Yeah, I'll answer to it.
Okay,
Gerard.
so I kind of turn to you and say, what's the disguise we're going with today? Because the slag probably isn't the best place for you to just walk in all willy-nilly.
Well,
it does help that you're with me. I mean, obviously, they probably would take a second look of the clone trooper and a Jedi walking in together. But
well, the armor. Well, what I wear, it's looks like Mandalorian armor, but it's not. It just looks like it. But it's like my normal role is I kind of you guys go pull something. I kind of try to get in front where people might be coming by and convince them to go another direction if that happens, or try to keep people off of you. That's my norm. But then again, yeah, my deception's pretty decent. Of course, hell, geez, Jawa, that cunning skill of 5 is going to be insane.
I now know why the captain keeps him around.
Yeah. Well, I think what he's getting at is with your Jedi training, having been around during the Clone Wars and such, and this being still the rise of the Empire. I mean, they haven't completely ceded their power. They're still growing. There are still Jedi being hunted. So I think what he's getting at is your face being recognized.
No, I'm not. Well, my character's actually not a Jedi. He never was a Padawan, none of that. But he is Force sensitive.
Okay. All right. Okay. See, okay, my mistake.
Okay,
I
so
thought
that changes. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought in session 0 you said that you had actual Jedi training. All right.
The best way to describe it, I had something I was very good at certain things. I never knew why. And then somebody that was sensed it. And she kind of taught me a few tricks, but not a whole lot.
All right. So yeah, I just misunderstanding on my part. You did have training, but it wasn't actual formal training. All right. Misunderstanding on my part.
That's
but yeah,
but with a little weird. I do use the Force, but I really try to keep it to a minimum. But so, in other words, at jobs I'll pull it, but not all the time.
All right, so you're not at as high a risk of being noticed as what I was initially going at.
Don't ask that.
Mandalorians.
But at least he didn't change race in between session 0 and now. So.
Yes, this is true. This is true. He didn't go from being 7 foot tall and blue to 3 foot tall and who knows what color.
Blue.
But yeah, okay. So all right. Gore takes off, and with that streetwise, I'm just gonna grant you the fact that you're able to get a hold of a hearse.
Nice. I got the skullduggery and everything, so whatever. If you want me to make a roll, I will.
Yeah, no, not at this moment. I'm just going to grant it to you, just a rule of cool here.
Switching the license plate that's already there. So if they are looking for a hearse, the immediate scans will show, hey, wait a second, it shows that hearse is still back at their base. So they would really have to notice that. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you do all that you're doing, and you get it all set up, and about an hour goes by, and you come pulling up where these two are waiting for you, and Allison just if a hovering vehicle could screech and all that, I mean, you come flying up, sort of hitting the brakes, sideways slide and all this, and you pop the door open. I'm here.
Jump right in, guys. I'm piloting.
He actually opened the door for us. He's better than that freaking taxi that we got earlier.
Toydorians, they've got no manners.
Yep, no manners, and it was a convertible. You don't really need doors. Well, the average person doesn't need doors. But yeah, you come sliding up, all anxious and ready. I did it. Let's go, type of thing, and
play some fog hat while we're driving.
Yeah, you. The two of you know exactly where you're going as far as Dead Town. Girodi has the idea, but not the exact pinpoint location.
He's still messing with the GPS.
But it takes about a half hour's worth of drive to get there. You drop down a good 10 or 15 levels, and I mean, it goes from being the sandy dusk sort of smog-filled sky to almost a night type of sky, even though it's daytime, because it's still just late afternoon, early evening. But you're down low enough, the smog's even thicker, that it's just completely blacked out any of the sunlight that would be coming down through the sky.
Hit the headlights, hit the fog lights.
You do see a few random speeders coming and going. You pass by a couple different warehouse buildings, and you finally find your way to the Hyperion district in Dead Town. And it takes you about another 10-15 minutes of driving through the area. You finally come across this building, and you can see that it's sort of like an industrial warehouse complex. Like, there's walkways on the outsides of the buildings, there's gangways that go from one building to the next. You can see a handful of droids walking around at any given point on the outside, between gangways and walkways around the building, and likely dozens more inside. Their landing pad areas are all gated off, and there are droid type security guards and such standing at the gates. So what is it that the three of you attempt?
Okay, so what's our cover story going to be? We're going in here for a pickup. The family wants to transport. Actually, you know what? Can we find out about the body that's in there? Like do some kind of slicing, like the family, because maybe we could say like the family wants the body to be transferred to a family block as opposed to this location.
Um,
What are the chances I can go in and hack a system or so?
you
find
could.
I'm gonna. I was gonna roll a perception check, and I'm gonna commit a force die to that. So
Okay, what are you looking for?
basically, well, the perception is just to see if we're being watched or noticed or anything like that. For one.
Okay. And on what you were asking about there, Gore, once you had access to their computer systems, you would be able to look up and see who is in 314C. And then after you found out who is in 314C, you could make a general computers check on the general network to find out if there are any relatives or anything like that to where that story would work. Now, Girodi, for you, I'm going to say...
Sorry, give me a difficulty, please.
Well, first you have to be able to get into and get access to one of their computers to find out who's in 3314C.
Okay, finish him first, and then I've got a plan.
Okay, Girodi, yours I'm going to say is average difficulty, 2 purple, but I'm going to give you 2 setbacks, one because you're in a moving vehicle and one because of the darkness and such outside.
All right. No success with 3 advantages.
Okay, well, per my house rule, if you've not rolled a failure or a success, but you roll 3 advantages, you can turn those 3 advantages into 1 success, if you'd like. Or you can use them however you feel necessary.
Well, let's see. Because he's about ready to do some sort of computer check, right?
Yes.
Okay. Tell you what, can I hand off a couple of boosts to his computer check? My thought is that
yes, you can.
Yeah.
It would
At the
be,
very least, so that because I have
I'll
to find an outside terminal.
Send anybody in the area, but I got you covered here.
you'd be able to pass off one boost dice to him and be able to keep one for yourself.
Okay.
For your next rolls.
Okay.
Because it's
all right. I'll do that then.
Okay, so I've got to find an outside terminal that I can hack into, and I'll just use my data pad as the like instead of finding their computer, if I could simply find their hard line, their landline, then I can hack into that and then use my pad as their terminal.
All right. A general mechanics check for that one for
mechanics?
Just well,
nice. You want me to pass this?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, if you knew the mechanics of how things would be, of how their stuff would be wired and run, you'd be able to figure that out. So, mechanics check. I'm going to go with a hard difficulty of 3 purple, though.
Okay, so only purple. Wait. Yep. Okay, I've got. What is this thing that I've got here? What's this called? Gearhead. Remove one black per rank of Gearhead for mechanics checks.
Yeah, so, I'm not giving you any setback. I'm not giving you any black dice.
Okay. So be it. And I've got 1 advantage coming to me. That gives me an extra green.
Yes.
Blue.
Extra blue, yes.
Blue. Hello. Come here, baby. So, oops, get back over there. You get over there. Okay, so I've got 3 purple and I've got 1 blue. Right? Is that right? I think.
And then the mechanics, whatever that is.
I'm good. Boom.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
You do take 2 points of strain.
yeah, I'm good with that. Strenuous activity.
Trying to strain your brain and all that to try and figure out just where this stuff would be run and how you could get into it. I mean, this facility is far beyond your years and such.
Oh, yeah.
But you do eventually figure out that there's a hard line that you do eventually figure out that there's a hard line that you can sort of wire your data pad into, and that it actually is in a location that would have you sort of out of the general view.
All right. So let's find this info that I need.
Okay.
Any chance you can create a work order or something that so we can go in there and actually take it without the droids noticing?
Oh, that is a really good idea.
Because if I know bureaucracy, work orders are the way to go.
Actually, since he had 3 successes on that, I'd say that's well, anyway. Go ahead.
According to Sean's house rules, 3 successes turn into a triumph, right?
No. No.
I thought it was 1 for 1. I didn't know it was 3 for 1.
No. Not unless you guys are PayPaling me big coin here. That does not work. But
right.
Let's see. That's going to be. Let's see. Which are you trying to figure out now? Which are you trying to do? Are you trying to create a work order so you could just go in, or are you trying to figure out family or who the person is, or what are you trying to figure out? Because that's going to depend on or depict what your difficulty is going to be.
I'll tell you what. A work order actually sounds good because then I can use my cunning for skullduggery. So
Okay.
try to make it as authentic as possible, like electronically and visually.
All right. Yeah, we'll go with skullduggery. I'm going to give you that as a hard 3 purple, and I'm going to give you 2 setback also.
This freaking guy. He knows I got some good stuff, so.
I'm going to try to assist him. Am I allowed to do that?
How are you going to assist him?
Well, I got decent skills in skullduggery, so I can double check the work and give him ideas on how to put different things in.
And maybe, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Okay,
Kenneth,
Boost.
Kenneth with his military procedures, maybe he could help out the same way.
Would warfare help out?
I'll allow the help action with a boost dice for one of you to help.
Okay.
Go ahead. So as you guys are doing that, I'm actually cleaning my blaster rifle. Just clear.
Well, that might be a good thing because I'm rolling something here real quick.
This is a lot of dice. Okay, can I also reroute the assistance from the droid back in my back in our ship? For like 1 extra boost die?
No.
Because I remember that we have a droid? All right.
Yes, you have a droid, but that droid, if I do remember correctly, was supposed to be a medical droid.
Okay, fine. Yes, so dead people. Dead. Okay, fine. I'm making my roll. Bang!
Ouch. All right. Well, two failures and 4 advantages. All right. While you're digging around in here, you figure out that work orders as far as removing bodies have never happened. So to all of a sudden have a work order come up to remove a body, going to immediately set off alarms.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
But you do find out that this person that is supposed to be being removed has been in this suspension chamber, this tube, for nearly 1,000 years.
Uh-oh.
This is an ancient Sith warrior, isn't it?
This is like their identity, like that part of the is like redacted. Like you go to look at it and it's just blacked out. There's nothing there.
Wow.
Just
Sounds like we're getting underpaid for this job.
We're about to unfreeze this dude who's going to wind up becoming a major enemy in the future.
Well, see, the thing is that whether he thaws out or not, he's dead.
Yeah, that's what you say. Okay. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis? So, okay.
Where'd you heard that from?
All right. So, I think we might have to actually sneak in. Air vents? I can fit.
I don't really sneak. I can attempt to, but not really good at sneaking. I'm more of the shoot first, ask questions later kind of person.
Well, if you guys want to try and stealthily make your way in, that's going to require each of you to make a check. All right. You'll each have to make one check. There's 3 checks to be made in order for you to sneak in to where this body is at. That's a mechanics check, a skullduggery check, and a stealth check.
Wait,
all 3 of us have to make a check?
Each of you will have to do 1 check.
Okay.
I'm doing skullduggery. That's my best. That's my best thing.
All right, then I'll do the mechanics.
I'm in charge of stealth. Yeah.
Well, are you any good at the mechanics?
No, I'm horrible at everything there. Everything will be the same, and I'll be 3 green, so it's not that big of a deal.
Gotcha. Okay, well then, in that case, let me go first, and then let Kevin go first, and he can pass on what's left as boosts to you.
Oh, that works.
Like, he doesn't even have to name you because I'll have already gone. So,
all right. Well,
do my...
whoever's going to do the mechanics check
Mhm.
will go first,
Okay.
because that's going to be the one that gets you into the facility.
Done. Okay, so the mechanics, let me double check. Yes, I have 2 on that with 3 intellect. So let's reset that. 1, 2, 3. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty for that one is an average difficulty, so it's 2 purple.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give you 1 black setback.
I'll ignore that because I can ignore 2 setbacks.
Okay.
Okay. Finally, it helps. And, okay, let's roll. Are you effing kidding me? Never mind, boys. Looks like
All
we're
right.
going home.
Well, you've got to fail 2 out of 3 for getting in stealthily not to work. Okay. So as it is now, you do manage to get you guys into the facility. It takes some doing. Like you trip an alarm, but you're able to like reset it just before everything goes nuts. You manage to get everybody inside. Now comes the skullduggery check. You guys are creeping along through the different gangways and stuff and different hallways inside this building, and 3 big old security / maintenance droids are headed your way. So whoever's doing the skullduggery check,
I just did 3 successes and 2 advantage.
all right.
Good.
It's actually 1 more difficulty because the first one was failed. So roll me 1 more purple.
Ah.
And we'll add whatever that rolls into what you rolled.
Okay.
All right, so it's 3 successes, 1 advantage. All right, so tell me how you redirect these droids to where they don't wind up coming down the hall where you guys are at.
Use a little, like a little tiny force push to make it in the other direction.
All right, perfect.
I'm sending my 1 advantage over to our next guy for a boost.
Yay!
All right. The difficulty for your stealth check is hard, 3 purple.
Oh, fuck.
But you do get, I'll give you the 1 boost. It should have been 2 advantages to pass on a boost, but I'll allow it because I'm a generous GM.
Thank you, Sean Xerxes.
It still wasn't enough. Failure and 2 advantages. All right, so you guys are creeping along, making your way. Just as you guys get to where 314C is, you find the capsule you need, and you're just figuring out how you're going to hook into the system to either remove the capsule or open the capsule or whatever it is you're going to need to do. And 2 droids come from both directions. So it's 4 droids total, 2 on each side of you.
Okay.
And they come up. There's 1 droid with each of them that has like this. It almost looks like a cattle prod type of not quite an electro staff, but more like an electro club type of deal. And one of each on each side also has a blaster pistol. And as they come walking up in the typical monotone droid voice, you hear, "Halt, stop, cease what you are doing."
I told you I hate droids. I shoot.
All right, so I figure we're rolling vigilance on this one.
You will, but I'll give you the 1 attack as a surprise attack. So you stated there that you fire right off the bat. So they are at not quite short, but now I'll give it medium range. So it's going to be average difficulty, 2 purple.
Okay.
All right. And you drop this droid. Which side and which one?
The one that spoke.
All right. So the one to like if you're facing the capsule, it'd be the one to your right, and it's the one that was holding the pistol.
Okay.
So you drop one of the 4 droids right off the bat. Now we're going to go with vigilance because as far as you knew, you guys had made it up here all nice and quiet, and
okay.
So no difficulty. It's just your vigilance score.
Okay, I'm doing
All right, so the 3 of you go before they do.
Nice. Okay.
And you can decide which order you go in.
I am going to do the math in my head really quick. Let's see. Wannabe Jedi over here without too much armor. Clone Trooper over here, probably with some armor, but Clone Trooper, droids, I'm going to hide behind the Jedi.
Oh, you're going to hate what I do then.
Oh, well.
Clone Trooper?
Like, they're going to be shooting at you. That's what's in my mind. They're going to be like having flashbacks, droid PTSD, and just like, yeah, they're Clone Trooper. So I jump behind the Jedi and I pull out my carbine and just start shooting up. So let's see, 1, 2. What kind of difficulty do I got?
So you're gonna hide behind them and shoot.
Yes.
All right. Average difficulty with 1 setback.
Jeez.
Because the setback is because it's not a static object you're hiding behind. It's one of your partners who is going to be moving.
That's fine.
All right.
I'm going to call that cover fire. So I'm laying down some suppressive fire, so the next person gets a boost, a bonus.
All right. Which side are you laying down cover fire on? The side that still has 2 or the side that only has 1?
The one that only has 1. I don't like
Okay.
the idea of being flanked.
So
Because,
which side are we?
stupid Jedi? I'm still former military, and I know not to be flanked.
Which side are we heading out?
The way out would be the side that still has 2.
Okay. If you want to go ahead, or you want me to go?
Oh, he didn't fire?
I did fire, but I only got an advantage, so I'm giving that advantage to the next person.
Oh,
that
okay.
wants some
I
cover.
didn't see. Okay. What I'll do is, so basically there's one.
There again, if you're facing the capsules, the tombs, there's one to your right with a sort of a electro club, and there's 2 to your left, one with an electro club, one with a blaster pistol.
Okay. The one that's by itself, I'm gonna actually do a force leap, so I'm behind it. I know
Okay.
that's my action.
Yep. So go ahead and roll your force dice.
Can I do a roll to grab onto his cloak?
Yes.
Just for pure comedic purposes.
Is that the way it works? I have to burn a force point for that?
No. Oh, did you roll a dark pit?
No, I didn't yet. I'm just saying, force leap action. Force leap.
Well, you roll the
I have to
athletics
spend the
check.
point. Yep, you're right. I got to spend the point. Okay.
Yeah,
No, you don't spend the point. You
Woohoo!
spend
I like that.
you still got to roll to be able to access the force to be able to do it.
But that's the,
which you do with ease. Right, and you're wanting to grab a hold of his cloak.
Yeah, I just want to go along for the ride, mostly just to scream. It's not going to make any difference to anything. I just want the comedic purpose.
You know what? Yeah, roll me a brawn with average difficulty.
So what you're saying is you don't want me to pass this check with average difficulty. Oh, jeez.
Yep. Average difficulty, 2 purple.
Yep. Okay. Let me fall off midair.
Yeah, you grab a hold of it, and like you're zinging through the air along with him, but you lose grip, and you fall and tumble, and you wind up laying on the ground right at this thing's feet.
So he does his, he leaps in the air, does one of his little Jedi leap flips, and I'm like, oh, nice.
But I am behind him, and that the one thing I did do is I pulled out the sword. That's the one maneuver.
All right. So then that leaves you, sir.
So I already shot one with the pistol. I am swiveling, getting ready to protect my allies who are now no longer there, realizing that I am now in between both of the groups, and they're still at medium range because they have yet to close. I'm going to kind of kneel down and take aim and shoot the other one with the pistol, because now they have to move to get to me. They can't attack me from range.
Okay.
So
again, average difficulty.
okay.
Oh,
so
all right.
That's 10 damage with 4 advantages. So
yeah, you drop another one of them.
can I pass on some boost die? Or actually, crap, what would I want to do?
You can pass on boost dice to your fellow players. You can pass on setbacks.
Yeah, give setbacks.
Okay.
Have some two
Do you,
setbacks. Yes, I love
do
it.
you want one for each of them, or just two for the next for one of them?
Well, two or one for each of them.
One for each of them? All right. The first one, he's going to take a swing with his club at...
I'm right at his feet. Got it.
Yeah, unfortunately. He's swinging at you there,
I'm looking up.
Gore, right at his feet. And let's see, that's melee, so that's 2. So let's see here, how's it? And he gets 1 setback dice. And that is all right. He misses.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
He's gonna, if he survives another round, he's gonna keep that for a boost dice. The next one is going to close distance. Twice, which brings him right up to engaged range with you,
Yep.
Raken. I, for some reason, I'm having the hardest time remembering your character's name.
No.
But yeah, it brings him right up to engaged range with you, and that's his turn.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I guess I'll go.
Back to you 3.
I'll take the next shot. So this thing's got its back turned to me. I'm swinging that sword.
All right. And because
I refer to as an aim. I'm using a maneuver for an aim, even though I got a sword. So that's going to give me a boost.
all right, and I'm going to give you another boost because he is completely paying attention to Gore on the ground.
Okay. I can't use enhance on this one. Okay. Ooh.
All right, and go ahead and tell me how you dispatch this thing with your ancient sword.
Well, what's their soak value?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Basically, I just sliced right through him completely. Just, in other words, he's in there like this. I just go straight down through the head and the rest of the body, pretty much splits in half.
So the sword just misses Gore, is what you're saying? Who's laying on the ground?
Well,
I could
Gore's
throw
on the
in a
ground, but I
0.
know that I can't hit him with the sword, even if I tried. So, but it basically, he's just like, "Ugh," and he just watches the thing split in half while it's right above him, like it's going to strike him again.
All right, yeah, you split this thing in half, top to bottom, and it sort of lumbers there over Gore for a minute, and as it falls forward, it just for a moment, it looks like it's going to topple right on top of you, and then it splits in 2, and like one half lands on each side of you.
Ah, nice. Very good. Okay.
By the way, and, with the advantage, I'm going to pass the a boost off to the little guy in front of me.
Just to the next person.
Or it has to. You're right. It does have to be the next person. I can't. Okay.
No. You can name someone, but then it's less value is passing on. But just saying.
Okay, I
to
pass
the
it
next
on
person.
to the next person then.
There you go. So I'll roll over with my carbine and take a shot at this dude. Actually, is it going to affect my aim since he's in melee with my partner?
It'll give you a setback dice.
I'm going to let Raken go first then.
Okay, so I get a boost die from him. As the droid closes the distance, Raken actually smiles a little bit because he's happy because he's actually shooting droids, and this is what he likes to do because obviously reasons. And he kind of smiles at the droid's closing distance, realizing why he put the forearm grip on his blaster rifle and shoots and does freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that droid is gone. Triumph is, I have no idea.
Yeah, you got a triumph there. I mean, you could. That's story changer. You can have that be just about anything.
Okay.
Oh.
I want to destroy the droid. The part of the droid, or I don't want to destroy the. I want to disable the droid. I don't want to shut it off or something like that, so I can give it to Gore.
You
All
are
right, so you don't
awesome, man.
want to destroy the droid. You just want to disable it and shut it down.
Yes, I destroy something where like the power source.
Shoots,
so that's the
shoots
only
right
thing
in
I
the
shoot
power
out.
supply. Nice.
All right, yeah, you managed to hit this thing right in its battery pack or battery cell or whatever you want to call it, and it miraculously doesn't explode. It just, this droid just standing like as he's coming up, and he's got his club up to swing. You blast, and he just
So as that
powers down right in
happens,
front of you.
I actually turn. I'm passing on boost die with the advantages or whatever, and I look at the other two and go, okay. First off, when droids are attacking us, please do not leave me. This is why I'm on the land. I am not good in a ship. I am good here fighting droids, and you guys run away. It doesn't work well. This is what I'm made for.
My shoelace got caught in his robe.
I just respond with, okay, lighten up, Francis.
Jeez. Okay, so anyways, I walk up to the droid. I overlook this thing. I kind of give it that appraising look up to Rakin. I'm like, hey, you've been doing this for a while. Just felt like old times. Jeez. So I just
Bad
start, I go
memories,
full
but the
appraising
droid's
mode.
yours.
And
I'm like, yeah, this will
maybe
be a
you can reprogram it and take it with us.
yes.
Have it act as a shield for us. There's your triumph.
Shield nothing. This guy is going to be the new guard for a ship. So I started putting him in my backpack.
it's an older model, but it is a security droid. It's probably from right around the era of the Clone Wars. So I probably would have made Rakin feel right at home.
Okay, now let's get this tube and get out of here.
Yeah, and I need to make a roll of some sort to scavenge, like my Utini roll and everything, to scavenge as much as I can from the rest of the droids also, including a battery pack, because this one sucks.
All right. Let's see. Average difficulty.
Okay. What am I using? My mechanics or?
Yeah, we'll go with mechanics.
Oops, wrong dice. Okay. You guys do what you're gonna do. I'm just gonna.
I'm keeping an eye out for their intrusion.
Ditto.
And since there's no difficulty, can I have a boost instead with my Utini?
Well, it's average difficulty.
I guess. Okay. All right, that's good. So I got some good stuff.
All right, yeah. You're able to get
Success and an advantage.
two battery packs, one from each one of the ones that didn't get sliced in half, and a few other extra little circuit boards and minor little pieces, stuff that you can easily fit in a pack or whatever that you've got on you.
And the two blaster pistols.
Yep. Which are just light blaster pistols.
Okay.
Now, yeah, you guys have got to get this capsule or get the person in the capsule.
Figure we're going to get the capsule.
I am going to do a check to see, like, I'm going to kind of scout ahead and see, like, do we have a straight path to get out, or should we just defrost this, like, pull this guy out of the containment, stick one of the droids, the leftovers of the droids inside there, and then make our way out the same way we came in.
Well, offhand that this going back the same way you came in is probably going to be the easiest, just because you know that route.
And this body works.
And the corridors and all that are wide enough that this capsule would fit And the corridors and everything, they're probably 10 foot wide.
There has to be some kind of repulsor on the crate itself, because how else would they get this down here?
They got some Gamorreans or something.
There's no Shada.
All right. So,
All right, so what are you? We're gonna try and pull the capsule.
yeah, I'm gonna investigate and see if there's like perception, I guess, to see if there's like Raken was saying, is there a
Actually, I'm gonna go with skullduggery for this one because you're basically trying to steal it.
okay? What setbacks? Or
average
difficulty?
average difficulty, and I'm going to give you 2 setbacks. One because I mean your nerves are a little rattled from having just been in a fight, and another one because you don't know if more are coming yet or not.
Okay.
Your nerves are rattled.
Okay. So
They
failure
are
and
rattled.
advantage. Yeah, I got rattled.
Got a little rattled there. You're pretty sure that this capsule does come out, but you're not sure of which code sequence or which wires or what, because you're just really rattled at the moment. I will allow you to make the check again, but the difficulty is going to go up.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do this again because I think I can think of a different way to do this later. Come on.
Actually, it would have been an extra purple, not an extra black.
Okay, do you want me to re-roll it?
Yes, you can.
Roll a blank, that'd be great.
Roll.
This time you managed to roll 2 successes and 2 threats.
Okay.
You do manage to figure out exactly what code sequence you managed to hack this thing, and like you hear a as like pins are coming loose, and the whole capsule and everything just sort of pops. It just bing as this thing slides forward a couple of inches, and you hear this hum as Raken suggested that it probably had some type of repulsors. As these repulsors begin to activate, the setbacks are the factor that here come 4 more droids. This time all of them coming from the right, the direction that you're not actually wanting to go.
Okay,
I'll hold them off. You guys get moving.
really quick.
All right, so yeah, you get this thing pulled, and as you're pulling it out, I mean this thing's a few feet up off the ground. It's like the 3rd casket or 3rd capsule up the 4 capsule wall, and as you pull it out, it drops down, and just as it's about to hit the ground, all of a sudden it just stops and it sort of hovers back up towards about 2 feet off the ground.
So I'll jump on top of it and tell Gerard, give me a push.
All right, Gerard, you're giving this thing the shove and going to be the wheel, the engine of pushing it out, and
just a shove so I can at least get it up to the vent.
Raken's going to be your cover as you guys are leaving.
So this
All
is
right.
so. What am I rolling? Athletics check or?
No need for you to make a roll for any
All right.
for that. I do want Raken, seeing as how you're being the cover for them.
Yep.
I'm going to have you make a couple of rolls here.
Okay.
First one is like they're like not even aiming at you. they're aiming at Girodi, who is pushing this thing.
Okay, so I have the bodyguard talent as well, so that would upgrade their checks coming into him.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do this a little bit different because you stated that, well, for one, like you just said, you do have the bodyguard talent, plus you stated that you were being their shield.
Yep.
I would like you to make an agility roll to basically that you're putting yourself in between them and the shots, or you're trying to deflect the shots somehow.
Okay.
So if you could make me an agility roll of average difficulty. Now, again, this is completely off the books. This isn't technically the way it's supposed to be done, but
completely blank.
all right, completely blank. They do not manage to hit either of you at the moment. You guys are making your way out. You've made it about halfway. You're firing back. You haven't managed to hit them. They haven't managed to hit you. It's sort of like the chase through the Death Star with Han and Chewie and all the stormtroopers are just chasing after you guys, and you're running from them, screaming and shooting back and forth at each other. Nobody's hitting nothing. But go ahead and make me one more roll.
Okay.
This time, I want it to be your gunnery, your skill of shooting toward them.
Okay. And the difficulty is
average difficulty, 1 setback.
okay.
All right, you drop 2 of the 4 as you guys are making your way out. You're out at the vehicle. They're loading the capsule. I want one more agility roll. This time I'm going to give you a boost.
And is the difficulty still 2?
Yep, still 2.
Okay.
Gaining fire superiority. Oh,
nice.
5 successes.
You manage. You are what type of armor were you wearing?
What do I have on? Armored clothing.
Yeah. All right. This one of these shots, like it hits like one of the curved shoulder plates,
Okay.
like ricochets off your shoulder plate, hits the hearse, and like ricochets off of it and back at one of the droids, nailing it square in the forehead, dropping it, and as it's falling to the ground, it fires one last shot and it shoots its partner. So the 3 of you have now got this capsule loaded into your hearse, and now have got to make your way out of here.
All right.
Okay.
Off you go, Gore. Piloting time.
Yep. So let's get out of here. Bring some rubber. Some airborne rubber.
Yep. And go ahead and make a planetary piloting skill.
Okay.
And average difficulty, but 2 setbacks.
Oh, jeez. What the setbacks, man? Okay. Yeah, it's just the ones. Oh, for crying out loud. So 1, 2, one of those, 2 difficulty, and 2 setback. You just do not like me. Blanked out.
Nilled out. All right. You manage to pilot your way out of here. You do manage to lose any pursuit from the droids whatsoever. I mean, like they chase you for about a block and a half, and then they just disappear into the other traffic that's down here. I mean, it's not thick, heavy traffic, but it's not so sparse that
Plus,
there's
it's dark and foggy.
Yeah. But you managed to lose any pursuit from them, but you haven't made any headway in getting back up to the mid district or anything. And you're trolling along, feeling somewhat confident. You're able to slow down and start to get your wits about you and whatnot. I would like to have a quick bit of role play between the three of you as to what is going on in the cab of this vehicle while having just escaped with this body and just managed to evade this pursuit.
I am totally Jawaing out, like screaming and like throwing both my hands up in the air, and then somebody's yelling at me, "Hey, grab the steering wheel!" I'm like, I got the steering wheel. What?
What do you mean you thought it would? What do you mean you thought it would? That went fantastic other than the sneaking part. Do you guys not understand I don't sneak?
That went up actually pretty good. So we got to drop this damn thing off at a casino?
No, another bar, the bounty hunters. Maybe we should check to see if there's a bounty on this and then collect the bounty. Ago? I don't know what it is.
We have a job. I don't want to piss off Bajaga.
We got to go to the Slag. There's a Quailish guy, a male Quailish named Volo at the Slag. So punch in your GPS there, Gerard.
You're the driver.
Yeah, so what? I got to do the GPS also? Co-pilot. I'm screaming. It says,
I can punch in the coordinates, I guess, if Gerard is too busy thinking that went well. So that sword you have, that worked pretty well against the droids. I've seen sabers cut through droids. That's not a saber. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, until I finally get me a saber.
I don't think that's the smartest thing currently.
Under my breath, he's going to shoot his eye out. He's going to stab his eye out.
Oh, man. Okay, so first of all, fantastic driving, fantastic sword play. Please let's not sneak anymore. And yeah, coordinates.
So what are we going to do? We just going to walk in with this thing, or are we going to go find the guy and to pull and bring him out?
Who's staying with the body?
We're going to deliver it.
I'll stay. That's my job anyway.
Huh?
Say how you doing and get them to go to a different direction.
So there's this like running joke or whatever that droids are dumb, and I don't know why they are. Oh, that's true. I know why they're called dumb. Did you see the other one shoot, miss me, hit the thing, and hit the other thing, hit the other droid? I mean, why did they ever think that they could defeat something as well made as us? I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't know. But it's just dumb. Okay, so you're staying with the body. We're going in and talking to somebody who doesn't like to be offended. I don't see that going well.
Yeah, nah. Well, let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen?
A lot of things are worse that could happen.
All right, so you guys have figured out just roughly how you guys are going to handle this situation. And if you can hear that, I apologize. I got a beagle and he's howling.
I was going to say, like, is it a hound dog? But I was afraid it was one of the kids, and I'd like totally insult you. I've got no chance making you a little happy.
He likes to howl at things that aren't there, especially in the middle of the night. And he just got let out. So you guys got it situated as to where or how you're going to somewhat handle this situation. And you begin making your route to the slag. And I would like a perceptions check by the driver, please.
Sure. I'll get perception. Okay, so. And anything negative coming at me or what? Just the perception?
Just the perception average difficulty.
Average, okay. Chow. You're fucking kidding me.
All right.
So
you look real great tonight.
I know, right? Two failures and six
advantages. All right.
Like, how is that even possible? Jesus Christ!
I know.
You know what I do? I'm going to blame Kevin's app. He's the one that suggested this app. I've got actual dice over here, man.
Yeah, two failures and six advantage. I'm not even sure what to do with that.
So you don't see whatever it is, but you obviously are such a good driver, you're hidden from it anyway.
Totally avoid it anyway. So you pass the Death Star and Darth Vader standing on top of it.
That's a small moon. We better go to the next one.
Yeah, you don't see, like he says, you don't see what I was gonna attempt to have you see, but they managed to miss you as well. Not the factor that they didn't see you, but the factor that what they were attempting to do did not work. So, like as you're zipping along, driving along, and or flying along, you do manage to see, like in your rear view mirror, you do manage to see two trucks collide behind you at one point.
You see that? You see what I just avoided there? Freaking morons. That's why I didn't tell you what I saw, because you guys would have been like, huh? And then alerted them, like, that we saw. So, yeah, you see, there's a steal.
And
I'm like Jason Statham behind this wheel. Yeah.
Jason who?
Don't get out to watch much Hollow vids.
A little over half hour goes by in total of driving, and you manage to make it back up to the mid levels. You are in the lower mid levels, but you manage to make it back up, and you find the slag. Where are you going to park this hearse at the slag?
With the blaster bolt on the side of it.
Yeah, with blaster bolts on the side of it.
Go walking out. I got to pimp out. Yeah, find a nice like velociraptor feather and stick it in my cap. Walk in, all looking suave. A little Jawa limp.
I'm gonna step outside and kind of wait by the vehicle.
With the
All right. So what? You just pull this thing up to the front of the place and park. You don't try to find a loading dock or anything like that. You just pull up front and park.
Well, yeah. I mean, we got to be payment and stuff like that. And like, I wasn't told where to go. They didn't say pull up to the loading dock. So maybe the guy wants to do it on the down low. I don't know. So.
And that's why we park in front.
Exactly.
All right. So you park in front. The two of you hop out and head inside. Girodi steps out and sort of leaning against the vehicle, keeping an eye out.
I'm ready to kick in the perception anytime.
Do you have a comm, Girodi, or not?
The one thing I don't get.
It's 30 lousy credits. Come on.
I didn't think about it.
Well, if you do you have one, Gore?
Yes.
Then I probably hand Jody my comm and say, "Comm Gore if you have any problems."
That works because your hands are going to be stuck on the pistol.
Yeah.
I only need one hand to go if something happens. So all right, let's go walking in there.
All right, you walk into the slag, and it is just compared to the meltdown, it is just a run-down pit. In the middle of the place, there is actually a pit. Like it's like 10 foot deep. It's got like this laser fencing up to the ceiling. There's a big Nikto in the pit, and he's got like this double-edged vibro axe. It's got like a head on each side of it, and there's this big ass razor cat in there with him. And it's like gladiator type pit type fights. And there's people all around screaming and waving cred sticks and this and that. Guys walking around in like cheap suits and whatnot, taking bets. And where do you head?
First off, I want to take a look and see who do I think is going to win. Do I perception, skullduggery? What do I got?
Perception check.
Perception. Okay.
Easy difficulty.
I'll still fuck it up. No, I actually succeeded with 5 advantages.
You can see that this Nikto is moving rather slowly.
Gotcha. So he's
Like, I mean,
thrown to the razor lions.
well, he almost looks drugged.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like it's one of those things that to someone who was just watching, probably wouldn't notice it, but to someone who like yourself, who just come up and is really trying to judge and pick and what, you're noticing that some of this guy's movements are sort of sluggish, where others aren't. It almost looks as if he's been drugged or wounded before the fight.
As we're walking by I guess we're walking by, there's got to be somebody taking bets. So what are the odds?
They're given 3-to-1 odds on the Nikto.
Get out of fucking town. All right. Well, I'm gonna put in 100 for the razor cat. Get my little ticket. Okay. Stuff it in my utility belt. Okay.
Okay.
And I say, hey, where can I find Volo?
Let's see here.
The Nikto is Volo.
He just this guy just looks at you. He says, it's a big, well, to you anybody's big, but I mean he's a little bigger than Raken, human. He says, and who are you and why are you asking?
We have a job. We have to report to Mr. Volo. Mr.
Yeah, well, I'll see if the boss wants to take any visitors. Aside from that, sit and enjoy the fight.
Oh, yeah, we'll do. Hey, yeah. All right.
And he continues on taking a few bets and whatnot, almost as if, like, if you watch him for a moment, it's almost as if he's just completely blown you off. He just continues on taking bets. The fight goes on for quite a while compared to, I mean, how it looks like it should. And you bet on the Razor Cat to win.
Yeah, you said the other guy was slow.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and roll a D100 here. And we're going to leave it to fate. Evens, the Nikto wins. Odds, the Razor Cat wins.
Yes! 41!
41 odd. The Razor Cat wins.
That's 300 creds, baby.
Yes, sir.
Do they give me my 300 creds, or do they give me a hard time?
Oh, they pay out.
Nice.
And they don't have any problems paying out. You hear a lot of people just booing and screaming. A bunch of crap going on about people not being happy. I mean, quite a few are, but quite a few aren't.
Hey, a bunch of gambling degenerates.
But they don't have any problem with paying up. And they bring out another set of fighters and whatnot. This time it's 2 humans, a male and a female, and they're both wearing like spiked gauntlets, and they're going at it, fighting. And these are even odds. But about 2-3 minutes into this fight, the big guy that you asked about, Volo, he comes back to you and he says, "Yeah, the boss, he'll see you now.
Cool.
You can make your way over to the table over there by the bar. He'll be out in a minute."
I thumbs up to Rakin. We start walking over.
All right. And at that, we're going to jump outside.
Uh-oh.
Outside, we have Girodi standing here. He's just sort of watching people walk by. Quite a few of them don't pay any mind to him whatsoever. But a few of them kind of look at him, look at the Hearst, notice the blaster dings in it, and sort of eyeball for a moment, but keep walking. And go ahead and make a perceptions check of average difficulty, please.
All right. 3 success, 2 threats.
All right. The threats, I'm going to give you a strain because you're starting to get nervous with how long they've been in here. And you haven't heard anything or anything like that. But the successes are the factor that you notice one of the guys who's walked by and eyeballed you in the vehicle a few times has walked by and eyeballed you in the vehicle a few times, not just once. And it's almost as if he's sort of walking around the block type of thing, like he keeps passing by you in the same direction. And about the third time you see him is when you really start to put 2 and 2 together. That, you know, it wasn't a coincidence. That's the same guy. And go ahead and make one more perceptions check, because it's the third time that this guy has walked by. Something else is going to happen. And I want to see if you notice it. Again, average difficulty. Actually, yeah, average difficulty, and I'm going to give you a boost dice because you're a little more aware this time.
Okay. Whoa.
You have an extra red in there.
Yeah, you threw a red in there, so go ahead and re-roll that.
Whoops.
That's 2 purple, 1 blue, no red.
Ah.
That's better.
Much better. 2 successes and 3 advantages. You notice you notice that about the time you notice that this guy, it's the third time he's walked by, and it's not a coincidence. You also see a small shipping truck pull up at the end of the block. and it has no markings on the sides of it, no plates. And you notice that there are two people sitting in the cab of it who are paying heavy attention in your direction. Nobody's done anything yet, but this is what you've noticed, and it sticks out as odd.
Okay. So first of all, the guy that's been walking, what distance is he from me? Short
At the moment, he's at short distance or at short range. He's just walked past you. He's maybe 10 foot past you. He's a skinny, wiry Rhodian, sort of a teal, sort of bluish green skin, big bulbous black eyes, all that. Your classic Rhodian, but real skinny, real scrawny, wiry looking guy.
Okay. All right, I got my blaster it's in a holdout holster. So I'm kind of like, reaching for it, kind of keeping it under the vest, but in my hands. So therefore I don't have to use maneuver to draw it. So.
Okay. You've basically drawn it already. You're just keeping it under cover type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what's all gone on in the 20 minutes or so that they've been inside. And that takes you up to when they go sit down at the table. We're going to go ahead and jump back inside real quick to them at the table. The two of you are sitting at the table, and you thought the human that came in that you talked to was big compared to Raken, but this Aqualish that comes stepping up is just massive. A good 2 foot taller, probably a good 3 foot across from shoulder to shoulder, and just big, massive guy. And he's wearing this big, massive collar. So like when he comes walking up to you, I mean, it's all the guttural clicks and whatnot that Aqualish make, but it comes out in this monotone voice. And it's a translator type of thing. And who are you and why are you looking for me?
So is he massive like fat or massive like muscular?
To look at his arm, kind of both, I was going to say. Yeah, to look at his arms, I mean, his arms look like they're pretty muscular, but he's got a good thick midsection.
So he's an actual strong guy, not some bodybuilder punk. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, sir, we were asked by what's his name now? Zago to grab you a body from 314C. Well, we've got it right outside.
He chose the two of you to go get 314.
Well, no, there's three of us. The other guy's guarding the body outside. We didn't want to bring it to the loading docks. We didn't know, if you want us to put it there or someplace else. So,
Well, I'm damn sure not going to have you wheel a capsule in through the front door.
Didn't know if this was supposed to be an on the books or not. So we can always back it up. Whatever you want.
He looks over his shoulder. He looks at one of his guys that's like 3-4 tables over, and you can see as he looks at him, he kind of gives him a head nod to come over. And this human that is a bit smaller than Raken, he's go with them. If they really have 314, show them where to pull around and back. I'll be waiting. And he walks off, heads through a doorway into the back of the place. And this little guy, all right, well, I guess take me out to your vehicle.
Okay, so we start.
All right, so the three of you head outside, and just as the three of you make it outside, you can see Girodi is standing there. He's got one hand inside his coat, and he's sort of eyeballing this guy as he's walking down the street. So, Girodi, do you want to relay what has been going on?
You are muted also.
I just saw them walk out with this guy at this point on the other side.
And I hold up a thumbs up.
No, I'm just like kind of nod over, get over here kind of thing.
Oh.
All of you
have a comms link.
My hand's on my gun.
No, that works. So I double pace, which means I'm working at normal speed.
These guys in the vehicle over there, the two of them are very interested in us. And this one guy's made 3 passes already.
Oh, shit! I give the keys to Gerard, and I start walking up to the freaking truck. I'm a jackass.
As you begin to walk over to the truck, the guy who walked out with you, he looks down and he sees this truck and he says, "Oh, you were followed."
That's
says,
weird.
Hurry up and pull that thing around back. He says, if they're following you, I don't need to see what's in back. I know you've got what I need, what we're supposed to have.
Right, cool.
Okay.
Hurry up and pull it around back.
I say, can you pull it around back, and we'll go take care of this knucklehead?
I'd like to get paid.
Like
I say we pull it around back.
At this point, I'm just getting in the vehicle. I'm getting in the vehicle on the driver's side this time.
Yeah, as you're asking if he can pull it around back, he's already turned around to head back in the building.
Oh, jeez. Lovely.
And you could see on his face, he's got this look of recognition and worry.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, so we're starting up the vehicle and pulling it around to the back.
Okay.
All right.
I hope I don't have to roll for it. I'm not as good at it.
Well, you said you're getting in the driver's seat, so you're the driver. I need a planetary piloting skill.
Planetary piloting.
And it's going to be.
Agility,
I'm going to go average difficulty with 2 setback.
Oh, great. Wait. 2 difficulty.
We have 2 purple, 2 black.
Ugh.
We have destiny points if you need to spend one.
You know what? I'm going to flip a destiny point.
Go for it. You guys have got plenty. We haven't used any all session.
So that's what happens, right? Yeah.
So that turns one of your greens into a yellow.
2 successes.
All right. You managed to get this thing whipped around and into the back lot here. And just as you get, as you're passing by these guys and heading into the back lot, just as you begin to pass through the gates, they sort of back up as if they were trying to ram you. And you manage to get into the back lot. Just as you get into the back lot, you can see Volo and 4 of his guys standing on the loading dock. And Volo points at 2 of his guys and points out at the gate. And they take off out toward the gate. You manage to pull up to the loading dock. What do you do?
Well, we pulled up a lot of loading docks, so
He wasn't prepared for this to come, and it seems rather important. What price are we setting?
Well, it's like this. We have a job to do. Well, we have a job to do, and it was to deliver it here. We've done that job. He takes what he's not paying us. Bajago is. So.
Oh no, he's supposed to give you the last of your payment.
Paid by him.
Oh, okay.
So you've pulled up. He's sent 2 of his guys out toward the gate. You got the 3 of you are still in the vehicle at this point. You've just pulled up. What do you do?
Oh no, I'm not in the vehicle. I was walking towards the truck.
I was at the truck as well.
Yeah, he was walking behind me.
All right. So yeah, just as you guys are walking, you're maybe 10 feet from the truck. He's pulling around behind the truck and into the lot. The truck all of a sudden just lurches backwards really quick and just barely misses the back end of the hearse. They were obviously trying to ram into him and stop him from getting in the lot.
Plan. These guys are jackasses.
So I'm by myself in this lot.
Yep, you're by yourself in this lot with all these big old crime bosses and underlords and all this.
Okay. Well, at this point I get out of the vehicle.
All right, you get out of the vehicle. What do you do?
Well, they just shut the doors, so my guys can't get back in.
Yep. And Volo, I almost said the other guy's name. Volo looks at you and he says, "Open the back. My guy trusts you. I do not. I want to see it."
Very well. And I go to the back and I open it up.
All right. As you open it up, I want you to make a perceptions check. See if you notice something on there because none of you guys said you actually checked out what or who or any of this stuff. I want you to make a perceptions check to see if you recognize something. And I'm going to go with easy difficulty because it's something that really kind of stands out. All right. As you open the back end of this thing and you pull it out so that he can see, you can see on this capsule is written in 2 languages. One's the common language, but it's a version of common that only ancient Jedi would have used. And the other language that is written on there is written in Mandoa.
The Mandalorian language?
Yes. As you know, there was one Mandalorian in history who was an actual Jedi. And having seen this script here, you can't see inside the capsule, but you can see the script written on the capsule. I don't know what your first thoughts are, but I know what mine would be. But you see these 2 written scripts on this capsule. The guy looks at you and he looks visibly pleased. And he says, "Good deal." And he drops a bag on the top of it. And you can hear the clank of credit chips inside.
Sorry for laughing.
And the 2 of you outside, as you come running up to the corner as this thing is just trying to run over your partner, you see the gate close. And you see 2 blaster rifle barrels come out of like slots along the sides of the gate. Not aimed at you guys, but aimed at the truck. And you see...
Oh, sorry.
You see 4 Rhodians jump out of this truck. what do you two of you do?
I personally am going to try and jump on one of the Rhodians. If there's an outlier, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try and jump on him and tackle him to the ground.
All right. Yeah, we'll say that one of these four that jump out of the back of the truck, they jump out and they like come around the opposite side of the truck and wind up coming around closest to you guys, whereas the other three go the opposite direction, right out the shortest route to the gate. So if you want to make a brawl check, I guess it would be, that are melee, to try and tackle him to the ground. And, you know, how are you going to try and tackle him to the ground? Like, are you going to jump on? Are you going to try and jump on his upper body? Are you going to try and jump and tangle up his legs? What are you doing?
I'm definitely going to try and tangle up his legs.
All right, I'm going to go easy difficulty.
Awesome. That doesn't seem too hard. And can I get a surprise attack too? Since I'm little and no one would expect it.
Well, this is kind of your surprise.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. 2 failures. That's
That seems about right for your rolling this evening. All right, so you dive out and you grab a hold of this, like you grab a hold of the one leg, and it's like a toddler grabbing onto somebody's leg and just sort of getting drug along as he takes a couple of steps, and he sort of shakes his leg. Get off of me, you runt!
But my whole plan the entire time was I've got a stun grenade in my hand. So I actually hold it up and like, look at this, check it out.
All right. You've got a stun grenade in your hand.
Yep.
Now, what is your plan to do with this stun grenade? Are you just going to let it go off?
No.
Or are you throwing it?
It's just a stun grenade, so if it gets me too, whatever. But the idea is that this guy's going to stay if that's the case. So I'm literally like, hey, man, I need you to get out of here. But first I need to know, what was that thing all about? What did we just deliver to this guy? These guys are going to come out here and they're going to murder. They're going to massacre all of you guys. They're actually calling for the guys to come outside right now. I hear them. I just heard them give the order. So I need you to tell me what just happened so we can try and make this right. We were blackmailed. And then, yeah, just what's going on? What do I need to know before you get out of here? And I will bluff whatever I need to do to
all right.
get this in.
Yeah, let's see. Negotiation, because you're not completely lying. So I'm gonna say negotiation.
Is there something I do with my cunning? Because I am trying to sneak him into saying something like deception. Is deception good? No.
Well, deception is more along the lines of you're lying to them, but
yeah,
I'll allow it. Why not?
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Average difficulty.
Awesome. And I don't actually have the skill there, so it's just going to be all greens. Average difficulty. And is it bonus for the stun grenade? I won't even go for it. I'm going to. Okay, so 3 successes.
Okay, I was going to give it to you, but you don't need it.
Appreciate it.
3 successes. He looks down at you. Just get the hell off me, you runt! And then he sees the grenade, like he's got his leg kicked out in front of him. He just kind of bounces on one leg for a second, and he sets it down. And you say all this to him, and he says, I don't know, but something important. We were paid to get it. We knew you guys. We saw you guys going in. Thought we'd let you do the hard work. That didn't work.
That.
Who are you delivering to?
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to ask. Like, just tell me who sent it to you. We'll let you in on half the cut so we can get the thing back.
We're supposed to take it to the Orange Lady.
The Orange Lady? Okay. Hurry up and get out of here before they come out.
And he goes ahead and he takes your warning and he takes off running. However, his 3 buddies, he doesn't say a thing to them.
Knucklehead!
And A firefight breaks out between the gate and them. I mean, they're shooting at the gate. The gate guys are shooting back at them. They throw an explosive grenade. Boom. And this is just as everything that's going on inside, just as he drops that bag of coins or that bag of credit chips on the capsule, is when you start hearing gunfire and an explosion and the gate rock behind you.
Oh boy.
Volo looks down at you and says, "Who did you bring with you? Why are you attacking my business?"
I just look at him and I'm not attacking your business. And
I'd say it's probably a charm check, because I mean you're not, again, you're not lying to him. You're just trying to convince him that you're telling the truth.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'd say
one of my better skills.
Ew.
Yeah, deception is. I'm good at that.
If you can come up with a little more other than just we're not doing it, then I might be able to see deception. But
yeah, I know. Because one of the first thoughts I had was, one of the first thoughts I had is we are not doing this, and I was gonna run and jump the gate.
Well, you can attempt that also.
That's the original thought I had.
You would fuck us royally if you did that.
I know. Part of me is like, there's a firefight breaking out. At the same time, I'm like, oh.
But keep in mind, he did drop your payment there.
I know. That's the other part of it. It's like, yeah, that's our payment.
Running is always an option.
Yeah. I know. If I run and jump the gate, but we could lose all the money at the same time. So.
Destiny points.
No, I mean, I could jump the gate, but it's going to be, once I jump the gate, it's obvious what I am. In the middle of a crime lord, too. So
We suddenly get hunted.
yeah, exactly.
Double down.
So I look at him and I'm just like, I didn't do this. This is not us.
All right. Oh, sorry. Continue.
I go, this is not us. It's the one, I know who it is. It's the ones that are watching in the truck across from us.
All right. He does have the guy who come outside is standing with him on the dock.
And I'm like, and I just turn around. You saw him. You knew who he was.
All right. Because of that, I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to give you 2 boost dice.
All right.
To your charm check of hard difficulty. So it's 3 purples, 2 blues.
Okay.
Nice. You managed to get your success and 2 advantages. All right. So he believes you. What are your advantages?
He gives a bonus. Extra money.
So then let us go out there and take these guys out. You can help too.
He looks at you. He says, you dispatch them, you get bonus. And he hollers at his guys to cease fire. they stop firing. You guys on the outside, I mean, they're shooting and this and that, and all of a sudden the firing from inside the gate stops. You see the barrels disappear, and they run up. They place a couple of explosives on the gate. Boom, gate's destroyed. It goes flying inward. It just sort of peels inward. And you, Girodi, have now seen Volo and all of his men duck back inside the slag. You have 3 Rhodians, heavily armed, making their way into the gate. The 2 of you outside see these 3 heavily armed Rhodians making their way into this now blown open gate.
Charging a facility with 3 guys.
That would be a good time to throw that stun grenade in that group of 3.
I was thinking. All right.
I'll give the 2 of you outside 1 surprise action between the 2 of you. So,
would you be better at throwing this stun grenade? I have a 3 agility. Do you have any kind of bonuses?
No, if it's not heavy, I don't use it.
Are you serious? Okay, fine. So I'm gonna let's see. What do I need to with the surprise and everything?
and
I'm gonna scream out, "Hey, sailor!" in Jawa.
You're close range because you're just on the opposite side of on the front end of the truck of this thing from them. So it's 1 purple for your difficulty.
All right. Ciao. Yes. 3 advantages with 1 success.
And we can activate blast. Oh wait, this doesn't have blast, does it?
Just a stun.
Yeah, and I think, let's see, I don't have my sheet on me. I was ill prepared, so I think with the advantages you can increase its range to where it would affect more people.
I just want to be able to affect all 3 of them. The stun grenade is on Edge of Empires, page 160.
160?
Yes. Rather than writing everything down, I just wrote what page it is. So stun grenade, it's got disorient 3, stun damage, blast 8, limited ammo 1.
Oh, so it does have blast 8, so we could activate blast.
Yeah, so if you activate blast, you can get up to 8. So that would take all 3 of them.
Done.
All right, and I'm gonna grant it to you. I mean, this thing it goes off, and you get that boom with that blue blast, and the 3 of them, as they go charging in there, this grenade comes rolling up right in between one of them's feet, and it goes off, and they all just topple forward. Girodi, you're standing there, the lone soldier out here, and these guys are charging in, and all of a sudden this stun blast goes off, and you're actually just on the verge of the blast.
Like, ooh, chicky waka chaka, chicky waka chaka.
So like this blast goes off, and you sort of feel lightheaded for just the faintest of seconds as this blast goes off, and you see these 3 Rhodians as they come charging in, just sort of trip over their own feet and face plant.
Okay.
We took them alive.
I start taking their gear and throwing it in a pile and tying them up.
I'm running. Well, it's like this. I assume we're still in combat. I'm not going to kill any of them, but I'm going to run up, sword drawn, and just right at one of them's neck, going, "Don't move, or else this comes down."
And I'm going to be picking their pockets for any more of those explosives that they got, because...
Yeah, why not? All right, so yeah, they're all unconscious. So I mean, you could easily. I mean, they're. Well, you wouldn't know that right off the bat, but yeah, you run up, you sword to the throat, start saying that, and that's when you realize that they're out. And
I'm gonna move one of them out.
When I turn around, I sheath my sword, and I walk back over to the walk back over to the bag of stuff, or a bag of stuff.
Creds. The cred bag.
So you walk back over, you grab the credit bag. You guys round up equipment and stuff like that. Do you do anything with the bodies?
I put some zip ties on them and pull open my rations pack, stick an apple in each of their mouths.
At this point, I'm kind of looking at the package, and I'm in a little bit of stunned shock.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, you already passed it. Yeah, with further closer inspection of this thing, it looks like a sealed casket of an ancient Jedi. It looks like something that was hidden, like something that the Jedi or somebody would have hidden. It for all intents and purposes, you're pretty sure that this is who you think it is.
Shit.
Now the question is,
What am I going to do about it?
are you going to knock on the door and let Volo know that this is all taken care of? Or are you going to take off with the money and the casket? Or are you just going to leave with the money and not knock on the... What are you guys going to do?
Or share information. Do I have any idea who this guy is?
Yeah, or are you going to let your partners know just who this person is?
So who's the orange lady? As I pick up a blaster and throw it to the other side. Anybody need armor?
Do you got anything in a size extra small?
No.
Take another drink, Sean. I got a million of them.
No, I look, I go, this is the casket of Tara Vizsla.
Yeah, that's
of
what I
House
googled.
Vizsla. Mandalorian, the most famous Mandalorian there is, because he was the only one that made a Jedi. He was the only Jedi that we know of.
I think Jango Fett's pretty important Mandalorian history.
People don't know who he is, though.
I do.
Canon, not Mandalorian.
I know, but I'm a clone trooper.
Tara Vizsla is...
Fett is for everybody for this guy.
Yes, he is.
This is something that... I mean, he wielded the dark saber.
No idea what that is. It sounds scary. Are we taking or going?
Oh my God!
Hey, you guys, come on. let's just get out of here. Hey, come on, come on.
You're talking about putting the thing back in the vehicle, driving off with it, and all the money, and somehow we survived this.
You look just like me. So no, I don't think we should do that at all. I think that would be really bad. But let's get what kind of information we can from this guy. I'm actually going to he's cryo frozen, but can I is this a tamper proof cryo cell? Like let's just see what I can see on this guy. Any kind of markings? Is there a treasure map inside here? Is there a dark blade inside here? Like, what's up?
There's no window or anything like that you could wipe frost off of and look inside.
The dark saber's not here. The last one that had it was Maul when he took over Mandalore. That was an odd 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago.
Will they know if I crack open the seal?
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, they'd probably figure it out.
Okay, then
you tamper with it so they can't crack it open.
Ooh, that would be bad. Like, they're eventually going to be able to get in.
You could theoretically tamper with it to where it was
Holy shit!
booby trapped or something of the sort.
No. I might have a better idea.
I mean, as much as I hate to say it, and trust me, I'm one person that actually cares about this, is I think we honor the contract. Although, damn, it's not worth. We're getting paid way too little for this.
Well, you haven't actually checked what's in the pouch, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, thanks.
Check it out. Check it out. See if we got paid. Rakin, check the pouch, man. See if we got paid.
Okay, I'm counting.
Yeah, there's 2,500 credits in it.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. That's better than 700 minimum. Okay, so here's what I kind of want to do. I want to try and make a really quick device, and I will use a destiny point and all that stuff. I want to take my my transmitter, and I want to take the other comm device, and I want to try and set one of them up to always be on and see if I can stick it to, not stick it to, that would be too obvious, but put it on one of the inside crevices someplace for the thing, like on the bottom, something. You know what I'm saying?
All
so
right.
that I can hear anything that's said around the general vicinity of the thing after we leave.
All right. Mechanics check.
Okay.
Hard difficulty.
Shit. And what about when I pop a destiny point? Anything for me?
That just increases one of your greens to a yellow, or if you're all yellow, it adds a green.
Okay, then that just gives me all 3 yellow. And 3 is hard?
Yep. Hard is 3 purple.
Okay. Oh, a success and 2 threats.
All right. So you are 2 more strain to you.
Nice.
But you managed to get this thing made and tucked away, like inside of one of the repulsors on the thing, to where it's not visible. Now, if anybody ever went to work on the thing, they'd find it, but it's not visible just on a cursory search.
Nice.
So yeah, you've got this made, and just about the time that you're finishing putting this thing on here, Volo and his guys have gotten impatient. They're not hearing anything outside anymore, and they open the doors, and like 4 of his guys come out, blasters raised and all this, and fighting stance and all that, ready to go to town if they have to. And they see that it's you, and one of them, he looks back at the door and, boss, it's clear. Just really shocked, like, what, they did it.
Well, it's like it's just like we just point to the 3 Rhodians that are laying on the ground there.
Volo comes outside and he just sort of looks at them, looks at the 3 of you, looks at them.
In their mouths.
And if Aqualishes could smile, he'd have this sort of smug smile. He just sort of give a nod, and he, as promised, bonus.
Yeah, hey, alive.
Tosses out another credit stick, and the reading on it is 200.
For alive? Whatever.
I'm not going to argue. I mean, it's just like, well, if you don't mind, we will leave you with your package, and we will leave.
Mind we take hearse again?
Yeah, it's our hearse. We stole it. I didn't say that. It's our hearse.
So,
please be gone. And he looks at his guys. He says, "Grab it." And they go down and they grab the thing and hoist it up onto the dock and start pushing it inside. And they all turn to head back in the building, except for one of them, who goes over and like starts dragging the guys off one at a time and toward the building.
So what was the amount of money? 200 plus?
2,500.
Yep.
So
So 20, it'd be
2,700
27,
total.
so 900 apiece.
Yep, nice.
900 piece, okay. Which is kind of funny. It's exactly what I wanted for Shizaga to get my parts.
Okay, so and also, how many? What kind of ordnance do I find on these guys? I leave their blasters. I want it to look good.
You leave their blasters?
I leave their
No,
blasters.
we take them.
You sure?
I take what? So what do they have for blasters?
2 blaster carbines and a repeater, a light repeater blaster.
I'm taking the light repeater.
Those. We can store those on.
I'll leave the carbine. I'm taking the repeater.
No, I'll grab every weapon. We can always have weapons on the ship.
Though, and then they each had a sidearm of a heavy blaster pistol.
Take those too. We can't have enough weapons.
There was a total of 5 frag grenades and a breach type charge. Again, I don't have my
Page 160.
Yeah, it's PDF. Come here. Core books. Edge of the Empire. And then let's see here. Pum, 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 pum. Yeah, let's see here. The breach charge that they had basically give it thermal detonator stats.
Nice.
But it's direction oriented.
Okay.
So it's like a claymore.
Yeah.
You're former military, right?
Former military family, but I never enlisted myself.
Okay.
I'm military. Or was.
Oh, where were you in?
Air Force.
Cool. My dad was in the Air Force back when they were actually part of the Army. So, anyways, it probably says like face front towards enemy. That's later. Nice.
So, well, we got all this stuff. So I'd say let's just let the Jawa drive, and we'll.
Ooh. And what kind of money did these 3 have on them? I want the loots.
I'm gonna say each one of them only had like 50 credits apiece.
50 credits apiece.
Yep, so it's 150.
No, 50 credits apiece. There's 3 of us. Poor Alan.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying 150 total.
Gotcha.
Yeah, leaving the captain out of this.
So I'm keeping track of all the weapons and whatnot, so that I can actually supply the ship. I'll devote a thing for the weapons and whatnot, and so whatever. I've got all those written down. But everybody's in charge of their own money, so I know how much I got. Right. You guys figure out how much you got. Okay, and then I'm gonna try and, as soon as we can get back, I'm gonna try and set my device up, my comm link. And I'm going to try and back it up with the ship itself, so that we have a much further range to hear what they were saying.
Okay.
And put it through a recording cycle, so that we can actually ID voices and all that good stuff, just in case.
Okay. In case any of that ever comes into play. All right. So you've got your spy speaker.
Hooked up to the battery source of the crypt itself.
Okay. All right. And we're going to say you guys make it back to your ship that afternoon. fairly, and no further incidences. The day goes nice and easy. The next day, I mean, you guys are just sort of screwing around, doing your recreational thing, whatnot.
I'm going to try to get a hold of Zago.
I was just going to say, Zago gets a hold of you to tell you to come by the meltdown. When you meet up with Zago, he says, well, you know, I was able to find your parts, but not all of them. He hands you your list, and he hands you he sort of pats this box that's a crate that's probably 2 foot in length by about 1.5 feet in width, about 8 inches in height. And he says, all of your parts are in here. He says, some of them were really quite difficult for me to get a hold of in such short notice. But I told you I could get most of them, if not all of them. I could not get all of them. There's still two parts from your list that I was not able to get. But these parts were not cheap. For you, I can let go of crate for 1,000 credits.
How about 900?
You and your friends have been good friends of Zago. I'll give this to you for 900 now.
Hand it over.
You owe Zago one favor.
Oh,
he
one
owes
favor.
Zago one favor.
I agree.
What-
He owes Zago one favor.
Jawas don't do favors.
Really? You don't do favors?
Well, I am about that height, so sometimes it depends, how nicely people ask me.
So what do you say?
What's the favor?
To be determined.
We can negotiate on that.
Just give him the extra 100. Oh my God.
Actually,
No
no, I do
favors.
have the you know what? I do have the extra 100.
No favor's worth 100 credits.
You know what? I go, you know what? All right, I'll give you the 1,000.
Are you sure? I mean, Zago is not unreasonable.
True, but I still got to find the parts you couldn't find. So, I'll give you the 1,000.
Then a good business transaction it has been.
So I have to
And
say,
he holds the hand out for his credits, and he's got one hand on the crate.
yep, I hand him the 1,000.
He slides the crate over to you, and he says, "My friend, it's always good to do business with you."
Same here. Now, if you can get a hold of one more, but I don't think you can. I think this one I'm going to have to find.
What is it?
The
At this
tuning
point,
crystal.
it's best you don't know.
At this point, what?
At this point, it's best you don't know.
Fair enough. I hope to see you and your crew again very soon.
I'm
So-
sure you will.
Business with you is always profitable.
Yes.
So Gerard, is our next step, our next location to be Jeddah, so we can get you a crystal?
Well, I got the parts. He said he couldn't find 2 of them.
Wait,
Yeah,
why do
we-
we need to get him a crystal?
We can
The
we can
Kyber
dis-
crystal. He's making a lightsaber.
I know.
Oh, okay, sorry.
we can discuss what parts you still need in the group chat.
Hey,
But-
sorry, just really quick, if he does light up that lightsaber and use it, is Order 66 still in Raken? Like, is he just gonna be like, ah?
I have no idea.
Let's find out.
To be determined.
I presume not, because it's canon that some of the troopers are still around.
Anybody who decides to watch this, or who has sat through and watched all of this, thank you very much for watching. Please come back and watch our next session, which hasn't been a date set permanent yet, but it will be in the month of March. And again, thank you. Happy you watched or will watch, and we'll see you all again soon. Good night.